Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first step on your English learning journey here on English with Friends. I'm so excited that you're here, and I can't wait to help you improve your English skills in a fun and engaging way. Whether you're just starting to learn English or you've been practicing for a while, I promise this channel will be a place for you to feel supported and motivated. Before we dive into the tips and strategies, let's talk about the most important thing when it comes to learning any language, starting with the basics. Today, we're going to focus on the first step to learning English, which will set the foundation for everything you'll learn in the future. The first step, embracing a friendly mindset. The first step in learning English, or any new language for that matter, is creating a positive and friendly mindset. Too often, we get caught up in perfectionism, comparing ourselves to others, or feeling nervous about making mistakes. But guess what? That's totally normal, and it's a part of the learning process. Learning English is not about being perfect from day one. It's about consistency, practice, and most importantly, having fun along the way. So let go of the pressure to be perfect and instead think of yourself as a beginner, someone who is ready to explore and learn. A friendly attitude and openness to making mistakes will help you build confidence faster and enjoy the journey. Building your English foundation. Now that we've set a friendly tone, let's get into the practical part of your first step in learning English. Before you start memorizing grammar rules or trying to speak in full sentences, it's essential to build a strong foundation. This is where you'll lay the groundwork for your entire English learning experience. And don't worry, we'll go step by step to make sure you feel comfortable every time you learn something new. Step 1. Start with vocabulary. At the heart of learning any language is vocabulary. The more words you know, the better you'll be able to understand and communicate. Start by learning the most common words you will use in everyday conversations. For example, basic greetings like hello, a simple, friendly greeting. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Time-specific greetings. How are you? A simple question that you'll ask in most conversations. Thank you. Gratitude is key in every language. Goodbye. Saying goodbye is just as important as greeting someone. Mastering these everyday phrases will help you feel more confident when you meet new people or interact in English-speaking environments. Practice saying these words out loud every day. It will feel awkward at first, but with time, it will become second nature. Step 2. Focus on simple sentences. Once you've learned some vocabulary, start combining those words into simple sentences. Try to focus on sentences that will be useful to you right away, like, I am Adam. I like cricket. Where is the bathroom? How much is this? The key here is to practice speaking these simple sentences out loud as much as possible. Don't worry if it feels strange at first. Just like with vocabulary, the more you say them, the more natural it will feel. Step 3. Understand pronunciation and sounds. English pronunciation can be tricky, but don't let that discourage you. At first, focus on the sounds of the words. English has many different sounds, and getting comfortable with these early on will help you pronounce words correctly as you learn more. Use online resources or apps that offer audio so you can listen to how words are pronounced by native speakers. Try repeating what you hear and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Creating a consistent learning routine. One of the most important elements of learning English is consistency. When you learn a new language, It's not about studying for hours in one day and then forgetting about it for weeks. To make real progress, aim for consistent practice every day. Even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes a day, that's better than nothing. You can start by setting small, achievable goals like learning 10 new words a week, watching one short video or listening to a podcast in English every day, speaking to yourself in English for a few minutes each day. As you practice, you'll find that you're picking up the language more quickly than you expected. Using real-life situations to learn English. Don't be afraid to practice English in real-life situations. If you have the opportunity, engage with English speakers, either in person or online. Use apps or websites that connect learners with native speakers for conversations. Even if you're not yet fluent, just practicing is a huge step forward. It's all about trying, making mistakes, and learning from them. If you can't find English speakers nearby, don't worry. Watch movies or TV shows in English. Listen to music or follow social media accounts in English. Every little bit helps. Be kind to yourself. Remember, language learning is a journey. There will be ups and downs, and that's okay. Celebrate the small victories, whether it's learning a new word, understanding a phrase, or even just feeling more comfortable speaking. Be kind to yourself during this process. Every mistake is an opportunity to improve and grow. You don't need to speak perfectly right away, and that's something we'll keep reminding ourselves here on English with Friends. The goal is progress, not perfection. So don't be afraid to make mistakes and enjoy the process of learning. Building on your foundation, practical steps to take your English to the next level. Now that we've covered the very first step of your English learning journey, creating a friendly mindset and establishing a solid foundation, let's explore what comes next. The journey to learning English is ongoing, and it involves continuous growth. You'll be building on that initial foundation step by step. In this section, I'll guide you through more advanced techniques, additional tools, and strategies that will take your learning experience to new heights. 1. Expanding your vocabulary. A lifelong journey. One of the biggest challenges and most rewarding parts of learning a language is expanding your vocabulary. The more words you know, the better you'll be able to express yourself. In the beginning, learning a handful of words each week may seem simple, but the key to becoming fluent is gradually increasing the number of words you know, while also learning how to use them in context. Here's how you can go about expanding your vocabulary. A. Create word lists. Start by creating lists of thematic vocabulary. This means organizing words into categories like greetings and introductions, e.g., hi, my name is, how are you? Family members, e.g., mother, father, sister, brother, shopping and food, e.g., bread, fruit, store, cashier, time and dates, e.g., yesterday, today, morning, week. Having these thematic lists will help you group related words together, making them easier to remember and practice. B. Flashcards. Use flashcards to memorize new words. There are many apps like Anki, Quizlet, or Memrise that allow you to create digital flashcards. With flashcards, you can test yourself regularly, improving your recall. Another benefit is that many of these apps use spaced repetition algorithms, which help you review words at intervals that maximize retention. Contextual learning. Don't just memorize words, learn them in context. For example, instead of simply memorizing the word buy, try learning it in a sentence like, I want to buy a coffee. Context helps you understand how words work together and makes them easier to remember. D. Synonyms and antonyms. As your vocabulary grows, try to expand your understanding of words by learning synonyms and antonyms. For instance, learning happy might lead you to learn joyful, synonym, or sad, antonym. This deepens your understanding of language nuances. 2. Mastering grammar basics. Grammar is the structure of a language, and while it may seem overwhelming at first, learning basic grammar rules will significantly improve your speaking and writing skills. However, don't worry about learning every rule immediately. In the beginning, focus on understanding some essential concepts that will help you communicate clearly. A. Sentence structure. In English, the basic sentence structure follows this order: subject plus verb plus object, SVO. For example, I subject eat, verb pizza, object. This structure is foundational. Once you're comfortable with simple sentences, you can expand your knowledge to more complex sentence structures like questions or negative sentences. Questions: do you like pizza? Negatives: I don't like pizza. B. Tenses. English uses different tenses to indicate when an action happens. The most common tenses include present simple, I eat; past simple, I ate; future simple, I will eat. Start with these basic tenses and practice forming sentences in each. Once you're comfortable, move on to more complex tenses like present continuous or past perfect. The goal is to get used to expressing ideas in the correct time frame. Articles and prepositions, articles, aid, I, and, the, and prepositions, in, on, at, by, are some of the trickiest aspects of English grammar for learners. However, by paying attention to how they're used in context, you can start to feel more confident. For example, I live in a house. I put the book on the table. Again, practice is key, and soon these will feel like second nature. 3. Listening and speaking, developing real-world skills. At this stage, you've built a good vocabulary and have some grammar knowledge. Now it's time to work on listening and speaking, skills that will help you communicate confidently in real-life situations. Active listening. Listening is often overlooked when learning a new language, but it's essential. The more you listen to English, the better you'll understand how words and phrases are used naturally. Here are a few listening exercises you can do. Watch English TV shows, movies, or videos. Start with subtitles in your native language, then gradually switch to English subtitles as you become more comfortable. Eventually, try watching without subtitles to improve your listening comprehension. Podcasts. Listen to podcasts on topics you enjoy. Choose ones aimed at English learners or ones where the speakers talk clearly and slowly. YouTube channels. Follow YouTube channels like English with Friends for authentic, conversational English. Pause the video and repeat sentences to practice speaking. B. Shadowing technique. The shadowing technique is a powerful way to practice speaking. It involves listening to a sentence or passage and immediately repeating it as closely as possible, mimicking the speaker's tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. This technique improves your speaking fluency, pronunciation, and listening skills all at once. Synonym. Speaking practice. Speaking is often the hardest skill for English learners to practice. especially if you don't live in an English-speaking country. But don't let that stop you. Here are some strategies to practice speaking. Talk to yourself. Practice speaking English out loud, even if you're just having an imaginary conversation. Describe your day. Talk about your plans or express your thoughts in English. Language exchange partners. Connect with native English speakers or other learners using apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Speaky. Practice speaking with them and don't be afraid of making mistakes. Most people will be happy to help. Record yourself. Use your phone to record yourself speaking in English. Listen to the recordings and compare them to native speakers. This helps you notice areas where you can improve. Fourth, reading and writing. Strengthening your language skills. At this stage of learning, reading and writing in English will become increasingly important. They help reinforce vocabulary, improve grammar usage, and deepen your understanding of sentence structures. A. Reading practice. Start with short texts like children's books, blogs, or news articles written for learners. Over time, challenge yourself with more complex texts. The key is to read regularly and practice understanding the meaning of new words in context. Use a dictionary. Whenever you encounter an unfamiliar word, look it up. There are many online dictionaries, and many have audio features that let you hear how the word is pronounced. Read out loud. This helps reinforce vocabulary and grammar structures in your memory. B. Writing practice. Writing helps solidify your understanding of grammar and sentence structure. Start by keeping a daily journal in English. Write about your day, your thoughts, or your goals. This will give you a lot of practice with forming sentences and using new vocabulary. Write short essays. Once you feel confident, start writing short essays or stories. Don't worry about making mistakes. The goal is to practice using the language. Use online platforms. Websites like Lang8 or Grammarly allow you to write and get feedback from native speakers, which can be really helpful. 5. Staying motivated. Overcoming challenges. Learning a language can be a long, sometimes frustrating process. However, staying motivated is one of the most important things you can do for yourself. Here are some tips to keep your motivation high. Set small, achievable goals. This might include learning a certain number of words each week, mastering a particular grammar rule, or having a short conversation with a native speaker. Every small victory will keep you moving forward. Track your progress. Keep a record of your learning journey. This could be a journal, a notebook, or even a video diary. Reviewing where you started and where you are now can be incredibly motivating. Celebrate your wins. Whether it's understanding a movie without subtitles or completing a language exchange session, take time to celebrate your progress. 6. Exploring English culture, an important part of the language learning journey. When learning a language, understanding the culture associated with it is just as important as learning the words and grammar. Culture and language are intertwined, and to truly master English, it's essential to get familiar with the cultural context in which the language is used. This will help you understand idioms, humor, and expressions that might otherwise seem confusing. A. Understanding idioms and phrasal verbs. English is rich in idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs that can't always be translated directly into your native language. However, learning these expressions will make you sound more fluent and will help you understand native speakers better. Here are a few examples. Break a leg, meaning good luck. Piece of cake, meaning something very easy. Give someone a hand, meaning to help someone. Look forward to, meaning excited about something in the future. You can incorporate these phrases into your speech to sound more natural and fluent. The more you understand these idioms, the more you'll feel part of the English-speaking world. Watching movies and TV shows in English. One of the best ways to experience English culture and improve your language skills at the same time is by watching movies and TV shows. Not only will this expose you to a wide variety of vocabulary and expressions, but you'll also hear how native speakers communicate in everyday situations. Start with shows or movies that are easier to understand. You can use subtitles in your native language or English to help you follow along. Gradually, as you become more comfortable with the language, try watching without subtitles to test your understanding. Pay attention to how people interact, the tone of their voices, and the cultural references they make. It's a great way to understand the nuances of the language. See listening to music and podcasts. Another enjoyable way to learn about the culture and improve your English skills is through music and podcasts. Many English songs contain common idioms, expressions, and cultural references that will deepen your understanding of the language. You can also listen to podcasts related to topics you enjoy, which will expose you to more informal English, regional dialects, and everyday expressions. As you listen, try to repeat the lyrics or take notes on new vocabulary that you hear. This will reinforce your learning and help you stay engaged. 7. The importance of grammar. Building a strong structure. While vocabulary and pronunciation are crucial for language acquisition, grammar serves as the backbone of effective communication. It allows you to arrange words in a way that others can understand, and it provides a structure needed to express complex ideas. In this section, we'll dive deeper into how to master English grammar without getting overwhelmed. A. Simple present tense versus present continuous. The simple present tense is used to describe habits, routines, or general truths. For example, I eat breakfast every morning. She works in a hospital. The present continuous tense, on the other hand, is used to describe actions happening right now or future plans. For example, I am eating breakfast right now. We are meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Start by recognizing when to use each tense. As you practice more, you'll begin to internalize the difference between them and feel more comfortable using them in your speech and writing. Be understanding conditional sentences. Conditional sentences express things that might happen under certain conditions. There are 4 main types of conditionals, but let's start with the most basic. First conditional talks about real and possible situations. Example, if I study, I will pass the exam. Second conditional talks about unreal or hypothetical situations. Example, if I were rich, I would travel the world. As you become more advanced, you can explore the third conditional and mixed conditionals, but focusing on mastering the first and second conditionals will lay a strong foundation for your understanding. Articles and determiners. Articles like a, an, and the can be tricky for learners of English, but they are crucial for fluency. Understanding when to use the definite article, the, versus the indefinite articles, a and an, is essential for correct sentence construction. For example, use the when talking about something specific that both the speaker and listener know. I went to the store yesterday. Use a or an when talking about something in general or when the listener does not know exactly what you're referring to. I bought a new book. 8. Advanced Strategies for Fluent English. Becoming a confident speaker. Now that you've built a strong foundation in English, it's time to push yourself towards fluency. Becoming a confident speaker requires more than just knowing words and grammar rules. It's about practicing real-life conversations and using the language creatively. A. Speaking with confidence. Confidence is key when speaking a new language. Even if you make mistakes, don't be afraid to speak up. Native speakers and other learners will appreciate the effort you put into communicating, and over time, your confidence will grow. Here are some tips for boosting your speaking confidence. Start small. Practice short sentences or phrases in casual conversations. Focus on fluency, not perfection. If you pause for a moment, it's okay. The goal is to communicate, and fluency will come with practice. Use language exchange apps. Platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk allow you to find conversation partners from all over the world. You can practice with native speakers and get real-time feedback. B. Role-playing and simulation. One way to practice your speaking skills is by role-playing. Find a partner or record yourself pretending to have a conversation in English. This could be a simple scenario, such as ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions. "Excuse me, how do I get to the train station?" "I'd like a coffee, please. How much is it?" This exercise will help you build confidence in real-life situations and prepare you for conversations that might happen in the future. C. Mimicking native speakers. To improve your pronunciation and fluency, mimic native speakers. Listen to audio recordings, movies, or videos of native English speakers and try to imitate their accent, tone, and rhythm. This technique, known as shadowing, helps you sound more natural when speaking. Record yourself speaking and compare it to the native speakers. Over time, this practice will help you reduce your accent and improve your overall speaking skills. 9. Developing writing skills, expressing yourself creatively. Writing in English allows you to express your thoughts and ideas clearly. It's also a great way to reinforce your grammar and vocabulary knowledge. Whether you want to write personal essays, emails, or even creative stories, these tips will help you improve your writing skills. A. Journaling. One of the easiest ways to practice writing is by keeping a daily journal in English. Write about your thoughts, plans, or experiences. Don't worry too much about grammar or spelling in the beginning. The goal is to get used to expressing yourself in English without feeling self-conscious. Today I went to the park with my friends. We had so much fun. Over time, as your writing improves, focus on using more complex sentence structures and vocabulary. B. Expanding your writing to essays. Once you feel comfortable with journaling, try writing short essays. Pick a topic that interests you and aim for a well-structured piece with an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Introduction. Introduce your topic and give an overview. Body. Present your main arguments or points. Conclusion. Summarize your thoughts and provide a final statement. The more you write, the better you will get at organizing your thoughts and expressing them clearly in English. 10. Staying consistent. Overcoming plateaus. As you progress in your English learning journey, you may experience periods where it feels like you're not making as much progress. This is completely normal and part of the process. These plateaus can be discouraging, but don't let them stop you. The key to overcoming them is staying consistent and adjusting your learning methods. A. Change up your routine. If you feel like you're stuck in a rut, try switching up your routine. Instead of just focusing on grammar, try learning new vocabulary, watching English TV shows, or speaking with a language partner. Sometimes a change of pace can reignite your motivation. B. Celebrate your achievements. Even when you feel like you're not making progress, remember to celebrate the small wins. Did you understand a conversation in English? Did you learn 5 new words today? Every step forward is an achievement. Tracking your progress and reflecting on how far you've come can be incredibly motivating. Conclusion. Congratulations on making it through the first few steps of learning English. Remember, language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. You'll continue to build on the foundation we've laid, using the tips and techniques I've shared to become a more confident English speaker. The journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Keep practicing every day, stay patient, and, most importantly, enjoy the process. I'm so proud of you for taking the first step, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from English with Friends.